You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day, we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2019. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Monday. The first is the U.S. and China reach a trade truce. The U.S. and China agreed on Saturday to restart trade talks after U.S. President Donald Trump agreed to hold off on the implementation of new tariffs and also ease restrictions on tech company Huawei in order to reduce tensions with Beijing. China, meanwhile, agreed to make unspecified new purchases of U.S. farm products and return to the negotiating table. No deadline was set for progress on a deal, and the two sides still remain at odds over significant parts of the agreement. Chinese state media suggested a long road remains ahead to reach a final deal, and further disputes are to be expected. The second thing to know today is risk appetite is boosted by trade relief. Global stocks registered solid gains on Monday as trade tensions eased, boosting risk appetite. Asian shares surged more than 2%, while European stocks jumped to a 2-month high. As investors put risk back on the table, safe haven assets such as gold, the yen, and bonds were under pressure. The pause in the Sino-U.S. trade dispute also reduced market bets that the Federal Reserve would cut interest rates later this year. OPEC, the third thing to note today is OPEC is set to extend production cuts after Iran's approval. OPEC and its allies appear set to extend oil supply cuts through the end of the year as they meet in Vienna on Monday and Tuesday after Iran joined top producers Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Russia in endorsing the policy. The Iranian oil minister told reporters on Monday that he would support the proposal to prolong output cuts by 6 to 9 months. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Saturday he agreed with Saudi Arabia to extending the output cuts of 1.2 million barrels a day by 6 to 9 months until December 2019 or March 2020. Saudi Energy Minister Khalid Al-Faleh suggested that the deal would likely be for the full 9 months and said that deeper cuts were not necessary. Oil prices surged nearly 3% on the news. The fourth thing to know today is ISM is on tap as global manufacturing weakens. Data released Monday revealed further signs of weakness in manufacturing activity worldwide, stoking concerns about the risk of a global recession and supporting the argument for central banks to boost stimulus. Factory activity slowed in most Asian countries in June as the simmering U.S.-China trade conflict put further strains on the region's manufacturing sector. Japanese big manufacturers' business confidence also deteriorated to a near 3-year low in the second quarter. Factory activity in the Eurozone shrank faster than expected, contracting for a fifth straight month in June. Although the U.S.-China trade truce was expected to provide some respite, analysts expressed doubts that it would lead to a sustained easing of tensions and noted that lingering uncertainty would dampen corporate spending appetite and global growth. The Institute of Supply Management will release its own gauge for American manufacturing activity at 10 a.m. Eastern. The reading is expected to drop to 51, still in the territory of expansion, but its weakest reading since August of 2016. And the fifth thing to know today is Bitcoin struggles to hold $11,000 as the correction continues. Bitcoin struggled to hold above 11,000 on the investing.com index as a 2-week rally that shot the largest digital currency by market capitalization from $7,888 to nearly $14,000 lost impetus and began a correction. Bitcoin's rally had been attributed to a variety of bullish factors that were interpreted to show a wider acceptance of cryptocurrencies in general. LedgerX won regulatory approval last week for a Bitcoin futures contract that would be settled in Bitcoin rather than cash, while Facebook revealed plans for the launch of its own digital coin, Libra. A sell-off of nearly 14% last Thursday continued over the weekend, with Bitcoin dropping to an intraday low of $10,728.10 overnight. Bitcoin was last down 6.6% to $11,080.10 by 5:29 a.m. Eastern. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Monday, July 1st, 2019, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great week.
The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.